Throughout my travels around the world, I have accumulated so many tales to be told.
It's probably a body.
And I know that this can bring so many people together. So sit back, relax. This is my new vlog. This is Storytime Adventures with Jason Kenzie. Well, welcome back to my channel. I'm on my way to the Okanagan to meet this lady who's a psychic and a medium. She can see spirits and she can talk to ghosts. Now she says she has had an encounter with the creature known as Ogopogo. Now, if there was this creature living in Okanagan Lake, you'd think there would be quite a few of them. Not just one. And there would be a lot more sightings. Now, the Okanagan Lake is 130 kilometers long. That's from Vernon to Penticton. And 351 kilometers in diameter. That's huge. It's also 230 meters deep. So maybe there's some places in Okanagan Lake that has not been explored. What's interesting is 140 million years ago, during the Jurassic period, there used to be a reptile that used to swim the oceans. It was called the Plasmosaurus. And this was a massive creature. There was thousands of them. So maybe this is what the locals have been seeing. Maybe there's a family of them living in Lake Okanagan. Well, this is going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to hearing what Heather has to say. So here behind me is the lady that I discussed earlier about. I'm very excited to meet her. She says she really saw the Ogopogo, and I'm going to find out her story. This is going to be so exciting. Hello, how are you?
I'm just fine. How are you?
Very nice to meet you.
Hi, my name is Heather Zias, and I'm a psychic astrologer, and have been psychic most of my life, starting as in childhood, and have seen many strange things. So for me to see unusual things was not really a scary thing for me. So I've been involved in many things as far as cases are concerned, with missing people and special diagnosis and things of that nature.
Have you found actual missing people?
What I do actually is I construct or do like a profile of the situation, and then the police and other people sort of run with that. I don't actually sort of do the footwork going and looking for them. But there has been the odd occasion where I have gotten an instant message and I've said, okay, we need to go here now. And we go there and the person is there. So it's sort of a subliminal communication that I get from touching an object of theirs, which I know a lot of psychics are able to do. It's like there is a connection to everything that a person has touched or worn or something like that.
It's like working for the local Kelowna police?
Yeah. So I would sort of call myself a forensic psychic in that sense, is that I'm very interested in missing people and seeing what's happened. Usually I can profile and say if they're dead or alive, if it's worth searching for them, what they were doing the last day or two of their life. And sort of I can tell them what the conditions are and the state of mind of the person, whether it's a suicide or a murder or they're just missing and want to be missing, which in some cases some people are, you know.
So can you go back to that day when this all happened?
A friend and I were going boating, and we went out towards Fintry to go swimming on Okanagan Lake, and we were looking for a secluded spot. So we found a little cove there and pulled in, and my friend dove over the back of the boat, and I stayed on the boat to sort of watch for him, because I always think it's, safety first, and he likes to swim underwater, so he went straight under.
So you guys were just in just normal
Cabin cruiser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you weren't scuba diving, you were just swimming.
Just normal, yeah. So as I was looking over the back of the boat, I saw a movement in the water, and up came a huge snake-like creature, which in my mind was Ogopogo, about that big around.
Oh, so it wasn't massive.
No, but it was long. The part that I could see must have been at least 20 feet, or it could have been more than that because I could only see about 20 feet of it.
Yeah.
So he looked just like a snake, but very nice, and had a mottled snake-like skin.
So how far away was it from you?
I'd say about 10, 12 feet.
Oh, wow.
Like we could see each other really well, and I could look it right in the eye, and it was looking me in the eye. And it had brown eyes about the same color as you.
Maybe it was me.
Maybe you're a relative. We just sort of watched each other because he was fairly close. I'm hanging over the boat and he's quite close to me. And I made sure not to make any movement in case it was something that could get spooked, and because my friend was still under the water. And so I was just like watching it.
And how long do you think the snake-like creature was?
I would say from the part that I could see, about 20 feet, but there was part that was hidden, so he might be another 10 feet beyond that.
And at any point, did you feel scared?
I would say momentarily, not fearful for myself, but fearful that my friend was underwater because I wasn't able to see where he was. But anyway, it seemed very peaceful. Its mouth was closed, and it had sort of a mottled look, sort of like a snake, sort of brownish, greenish. It had little ridging on the back, maybe about that high, little that went along the spine.
Did it have legs?
No.
No legs.
No, it was totally like a snake. So anyway, my friend was still under the water, so it was moving away, sort of like a sideways rolling motion, because we weren't sort of confronting each other,
Yeah.
I thought best not to make any sudden moves, just in case it might be the type that would go down and bite him. So I was thinking that it must have dove down to maybe its feeding spot or where it sleeps or something.
So can you point out in an area that you think that it was, that this happened?
It would have been about halfway between here and Fintry.
Oh, okay.
Out that way, there's like a little cove there.
Wow. So, out of all the stories and pictures that you've seen, okay, now for the question I need to ask you. Do you really believe that what you saw was Ogopogo?
Yes, I do.
Do you think this is the closest that it could have been?
I would say yes. I've seen other pictures and footage, and that was actually one of the reasons why I never came forward earlier, was because there was all these funny looking critters.
I want to say thank you so much for having me. I still don't know if Ogopogo is real, but I'm going to go and see if I can see it for myself. But that was so interesting what Heather had just told me. I really want to believe what she told me was real, and that over my shoulder that there is a creature that the locals have dubbed Ogopogo. I'm so excited, and I really, really want to find this creature. She did say one thing to me. If I go up to Cathedral Lakes and interview some of the people up there, they also have stories of another creature, Sasquatch. Before I head out to Cathedral Lakes in search of the hairy man of the forest, I'm in awe with how beautiful this place is, and there's no way I can leave Lake Okanagan without doing a bit more exploring.
I do believe the Ogopogo is real, because I have seen video footage of it multiple times, 3 or 4, and I've had friends that said they saw it, and I've read the newspaper that has published like over hundreds of years, like 50 years ago, 60 years ago. People have been talking about it and saying they for sure saw it, and they're not lying. These are old people. These are not people who want to tell a story or a yarn. They saw what they saw. It's just like seeing a spaceship or an alien. I've seen a spaceship before in the sky, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't a U.S. fighter jet.
And was Ogopogo hanging off this UFO? There are people all around Okanagan Lake who have said they have seen this monster, this creature that they call Ogopogo. Now I can search for Ogopogo as much as I can, all up and down above the water. Time for me to look for him underneath. As I dive deep, my thoughts turn to reality. What if I do come face to face with this 40-foot beast? Then my eyes catches something off to the edge of the abyss. Is this it? Is this the creature they call Ogopogo? Have I found it? It's a damn log. I gotta tell you, it is so easy for my imagination to get the better of me. I must resurface. After a couple days of searching and with no luck, I can't get Heather's words out of my mind. She really does believe that she saw something. My time here has ended, and even though I didn't find any evidence of Ogopogo, that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Maybe one day it will be found, and the mystery will be solved. Until then, my name is Jason Kinsey, and I'm off to search for Sasquatch up in Cathedral Lakes. Here, Sasquatch foot. Ow, stupid rock. Here, Bigfoot. Ah, Jesus, I should have stuck with kittens.